Now, as Elon Musk appears to be easing out of his controversial time at the Department of Government Efficiency. The wind down comes amid high profile disagreements, even a reported shouting match with Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, all while Doge claims that it made $160 billion in cuts, far below the $2 trillion goal Musk promised. We should note Doge has not released enough details on those cuts for NBC News to confirm that number. And after Tesla's profits plunged 71%. Well, joining me now, we have Washington Post technology reporter Fez Siddiqui. Fez, welcome. You're the author of the new book, Hubris Maximus, The Shattering of Elon Musk, which makes you the perfect person to talk to. Look, Fez, Musk says that he is scaling back his work with Doge in May and is going to return to Tesla. His departure is a bit earlier than the 6 months afforded to his special government employee status. Is he leaving early because of friction with White House officials and cabinet members, or because Tesla has significantly dropped in value since he got to Washington?
Hey, thanks for having me. So it's a perfect storm for Musk. Obviously, those first few months with Doge have been controversial, to say the least. Tesla has faced a tremendous amount of blowback with these protests and, vandalism even, and obviously the brand damage to the company. So Musk now has what looks like an out in that, his term as a special government employee is expected to last 130 working days. He says Doge is essentially working around the clock. 130 working days would put that at the end of May, which we're coming right up on now.
There's a new CNBC survey which shows about half of Americans have a negative view on Tesla and Elon Musk. Some suggest the damage has been permanent to the brand. From what you know about Musk, how much do low polls bother him? Because when you see that video of him with that chainsaw at CPAC in February, he seemed to relish his role with the Trump administration.
Yeah, this is somebody who has a very high tolerance for risk, who has been willing, to do what's necessary in his view, to make his company successful, even if that meant being on, the brink of collapse. So you have to now apply that to electoral politics. Musk is very, risk tolerant. So this is a new situation for him where he might be facing, heat because of the polling, and you get, really direct, tangible impacts from some of his unpopularity, say if you trot him out, on the campaign trail. But, this is, as you said, something that he has been shown to be tolerant to or able to handle.
So what's interesting in your new book, you say that the way Elon Musk has handled his brief time in politics is consistent with the way he runs his business. So the best way to understand what he's going to do next is to see what he's previously done. What are some examples of this, and what can we expect from Elon Musk next? What do you think the chances are he's done with politics?
So shortly after, establishing himself within government, federal workers then receive an email titled a Fork in the Road that basically asks them to commit to, similar to something you said at Twitter, a hardcore workflow, essentially, or resign. The Twitter email had exactly that subject line, very similar language. And then within Twitter, they were scouring the logs for, evidence of this conspiracy that they believed was happening behind the scenes. Within government, Doge deputies are scouring the logs, and they do not want the input of the existing bureaucrats, similar to how they didn't want the input of the existing Twitter staff under Musk's management.
You wrote an article this week, Fez, explaining Musk's quirky personality and freewheeling style were once attractive to the Republican Party, but now he's seen as a lightning rod. When and why did some Republicans turn on him, and do you include MAGA members in that group?
So there seems to be less of a, runway in politics for this style that Musk has, which, as I said, can drive a company to the brink. But if you are a political campaign, you need to be taking constant polling. You need to be taking the temperature on how your messaging is being received. And this is not, what Elon is used to as far as running a company. Are MAGA members put off by this? Well, it certainly seems like those in the administration, especially those who have had spats with Musk, allies of those folks, are feeling the pressure from some of what he's doing, and a little bit miffed, to say the least, at various different points with Elon.